2009, we were looking to do a modest increase in our herd size. One of the options we heard about that existed but hadn't seen in person would have been a compost bedded pack barn. There was a lot of research, mainly from other parts of the country. So like University of Minnesota had a good bit. There's a couple of professors in Kentucky that were doing some surveys of barns there. When we reached out to our extension agent, he was able to find 2 or 3 farms in Pennsylvania that had something similar to what's here. You look at them, ask the producers what they like, what they don't like, and then kind of customize a design that worked well for us. We're pleased with how everything has worked so far. The thing you have to keep an eye on is square footage per cow. There's always a plan that everyone has of like, this is how many animals they're going to put in the barn. When you actually see the results, when you see the improved comfort in the cows, there's a tendency to overcrowd it. So when they say the book value is 100 square feet per cow, 200 square feet per cow and don't or more if necessary. In our research, we found that just rolling clay flat makes a hard surface below and wasn't necessary to pour concrete. Different people do it different ways, but we were able to find success with this method based on looking at what others had done, and if it works for them, it'll work for us. That brought the costs down a little bit in the cost of the project. We found that the compost barn complements our freestall barn pretty well. The initial construction costs are a little bit lower, but there's more bedding costs in the freestalls. We'll take cows that really thrive and do well in freestalls and leave them there. And if you've got an older cow, one that needs a little more TLC, we'll have them live in the compost barn here. The bedding where the cows spend most of their time is this deep pack of recycled wood shavings. For a compost bedded pack to work really well, you need to evaporate some of the moisture off. You aerate it multiple times a day. You're looking for bedding that will lose moisture. So if it's something organic like straw or fodder, you'll find that it won't re-dry nearly as well as wood shavings. Wood shavings can be kind of in short supply, so you have to have an established source. For us, we found there's a local supplier that has recycled wooden pallets where they'll grind up the old broken pallets, and it's a constant stream that's available for them to process, and we can get a supply of them whenever we need. When you're managing the compost, there's a point at which the moisture level raises enough that it doesn't re-dry, it doesn't evaporate as well. You want to add more bedding before it starts to stick to the cows. They should always have kind of a dry surface to lay on that doesn't leave their belly or utter wet. So the way we manage the bedding here is that in the summertime we get a lot of evaporation off of the pack, and you'll see the steam come up off of it, and that surface will dry out throughout the day. Aerate it again, it'll mix in the cow pies and the dry bedding and then evaporate some more off the top. In the summertime we can go about probably over a week between adding a load of bedding. Overhead fans over the cows are variable speed, so when there's cool air and you just want to move it around a little bit and promote evaporation, they can run and move a small amount of air. As it gets warmer in the summer, they'll ramp up and provide a 10-mile-an-hour breeze everywhere in the pack, so a cow can pick wherever she wants to lay down and have good ventilation. We're finding some uses from the compost after it's been in the barn and aerated for a while. We'll take the driest stuff off and actually recycle it and use it for deep bedding on our freestalls. One of the goals when you're building a new facility is, what can I do to improve upon the existing systems that we have now? So a compost bedded pack barn fit really well to complement the freestall barn that we have. When we've got older cows that need more TLC, we can put them in this barn, just a more comfortable place for them to be. We found that it really extends the productive life of a cow when you can find an ideal setting for her like this.